thrilled that you're here. I decided I'm going to do some yoga without the chair today. So we'll do some gentle yoga without the chair. You always have the option to keep it close by. But I thought it would be great if we could just see if we can challenge ourselves a bit. So sit back in your chair. Bring your shoulders up, down, and back. Your neck nice and long by reaching through the crown of your head. And soften your belly by breathing, filling it up. Turn our palms to the ceiling. Close our eyes. Take a few breaths, just easy breath in the belly and out. As you exhale the breath, pull the belly button back and squeeze the air out. Find your breath nice and low. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. We'll move to the front of our chair. Find yourself at the edge of your chair, plant your feet, and we'll take a few breaths. Using the arms, we'll take them out and up. Inhale, draw them out and up. And exhale, draw them out and down. Last one. This time, interlace your fingers and press them to the ceiling. Bend the elbows and press. Press. Bend the elbows and make big circles over your head. Stop in the center and go in the opposite. Back to center and we'll press. Release the fingers and we'll rain them down. Hands a little shake. Roll the shoulders up, back and down, big circles. When you draw them down and back, squeeze your shoulder blades a bit. Chest. Take the circles now forward. See if you can make the movement come from your shoulder, not from your arms. We'll draw them up, down, and back, and again, squeeze the shoulder blades. Let's take the arms out to the side and we'll give ourselves a nice big hug. Do a little rock from side to side. And then a little twist from side to side. We're not going very far. And coming back to center, and we'll switch it up. So arm on top this time. And a little twist. And come to center. And release. Give those arms a little shake. Let's take the arms out to the side and really press through the heels of your palm. Then drop your fingers down and roll them down and under. Again, press through the heels of your hand. Press, press. And draw them down. One last time. Press, press. And release all those shoulders. Shoulders down and back and a little squeeze. Move back in the chair just a bit. Not all the way back. The seat of the chair, but halfway, so half of your thigh is supported. And I'm going to hold the underside of the chair with my right hand and my left arm right up next to my ear. And I'm just going to use the exhale. Open. Inhaling and reaching up your fingers, rounding down through your sit bones. On the exhale, just opening up that whole left side. Breath. And release the left arm and we'll switch it up, holding the underside of your left hand and your right arm right up next to you. Down through your sit bones. Up and release that right arm. Move to the front of our chair again. And this time we'll reach with both arms to the back of your chair. If this feels like too much for your shoulders or even your wrists, and reach towards the back of the seat of the chair or right down and under. Still lift your heart. Okay, so inhale, reaching back, open your chest. And exhale, we're going to draw the hands out in front and round your spine. Chest. Exhale, round. Let's do one last time. And we'll release the hands to your thighs. Sit up nice and straight. Let's do a forward bend. So I'm at the edge of my chair. And I'm going to begin with a breath in. And as you exhale, glide your hands down towards your ankles. As you inhale, glide your hands up and back. Last one. Back to seated. We'll hold for a minute. Let's stretch out the right leg. To you, it looks like my left leg, and that's okay. You can either follow my words or just mimic me. Then I'm going to add a reach. So reaching to the ankle, using the inhale to come up and back, and the exhale to come down and forward. And then that knee will go to the other side, left side. Use the exhale to draw yourself forward and back. And inhale it back. Onto the balls of your feet, lifting your heels. Then coming down onto your heels. And lifting your heels. And your toes. And then we'll bring our feet nice and flat. Walk them together, and we'll bring the soles of our feet together. Let those knees fall away. Okay, knees together and feet width apart. Let's take the right knee into your chest. Squeeze. And left side knee to your chest. Okay, let's stand up. I'm going to have to do some, okay. Onto your mat, and we'll stand with our feet hip width apart. And come up and draw your shoulders up, down, and back, lifting up the crown of your head, and find this really wonderful mountain pose. Let's use the arms to take a nice deep breath in. And exhale out and down. Exhaling out and up. And exhaling out and down. One last time, out and up. And out and down. Roll those shoulders. Draw them down and back. Add a little squeeze. And our feet nice and wide. Use the arms, we're going to inhale them out and up into a big letter V. Your tail going down and under, easy V's, and we're going to exhale them out and down. Again, inhale out and up. Arms facing forward, big letter V, big letter X. Your tail going down and under. And exhaling out and down. Last time. Arms into a big letter V, body in a big letter X. Down through your legs and feet, your arms and hands. Increase the effort and we'll walk together. Find that mountain pose again. Let's do a forward bend. You always have the option of using your chair, even though I'm not going to use mine. Find that mountain. Inhaling out. And as you exhale, the arms out and down. Let's bend from your hip with easy knees, going all the way down. Let's inhale it halfway up, weight in your heels, easy knees. And then exhale all the way down. Come up, you can draw the arms to the outside, press your feet in. Above my head, exhale to namaste. Getting in our mountain pose. Starting with an inhale. Exhale, bend from the easy knees, coming all the way down. When you're down here, you connect with your hands, connect with your ankles. You're gonna inhale it halfway up, nice flat back. Exhale all the way down. And arms out to the side, easy knees. And lift them all the way. Stay. Going forward forward bend, half forward bend, forward bend. One. Hold for a breath. Let's step back to the bottom of your mat, and we're going to walk into the downward dog. And inhale out and exhale. Walk forward and press back into our downward dog. Bend the knees and walk it back. Bottom of your mat, step into a warrior pose. Here we go, hands on hips. I'm going to step my right foot forward, my left foot back. Hips are forward, arms down by your side, shoulders up, down, and back. And we're going to use our breath to move in and out of the pose. Here we go. Arms out in front, all the way up. Keep this back leg nice and strong. We're going to inhale, lift and exhale, straighten the leg and the arms come down. So let's work with our breath. Inhale into the mountain, exhale, out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Hold it for a breath. And out, down. Walk those together and come back into our mountain. My left foot steps forward. My right foot steps back. Lining up my hips, shoulders up and down. I'm going to use the breath to come in and out of our warrior. Arms up, forward knee, exhale, straighten down. Legs straight and strong. Last one, let's hold for a breath. Inhale, straighten, exhale, arms down. Together, and we'll find our mountain. Let's walk our feet nice and wide. With your right hand on your right thigh, let's take the opposite arm right up next to your ear and we'll move into the triangle. Here we go. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Last time, inhaling. And exhaling. Let's come back to center. And release that arm. Going to the other side. So right arm right up next to your ear. Exhaling and reaching, putting that whole side. Last one. Let's bring the arm down and walk the feet together to our mountain. Let's open our feet a little wider. Hands on hips, and we'll just shift from side to side. Bend the knees and make some big circles. Go in the opposite direction. And find yourself back into mountain. How's everybody doing without their chair? I'm sure you're doing great. Let's come down to the mat and we'll sit. I don't think I have to move my screen. We'll see. Good. Let's sit in the stick pose, staff pose. Dandasana has lots of names. Connect your hands to your mat, lifting up through the crown of your head. Imagine a flat floor under your feet. And with our hands on our thighs, you can even put a slight bend in your knee. Slide your hands forward towards your ankles. You find yourself struggling to hold this angle. And I would suggest bending your knees a little more. You shouldn't feel a pull. We're working with our abs here, so take your hands and reach toward the ankles. I'll slight bend in my knee. Let's bring the soles of our feet together in what's called the cobbler pose. Move a little forward so you can see. Feet together, knees out to the side. Hold on to those ankles. You're flexible enough to hold on to your toes. Even hold on to your shins, whatever works. And as you lift up to the crown of your head and make this torso nice and tall, same time, so you can open your hips. Soften your belly for breath. See how that feels. Take the knees together and we'll stretch the legs out in front. This time we're going to take the heels nice and wide. You're probably feeling a good stretch in your hip, and that's good. Don't want any pain, so if you need to close it up a bit, what you need to do to care for yourself. Again, we're looking for this nice tall torso. I'm going to put my hands right between my knees and just press through the heel, engaging my legs. I'm bending just a tiny bit forward because I want to be able to manage this with a nice tall spine. And if you're rounded and struggling to maintain, you could close it up and bend those knees a bit. I'm going to take my hands on either side of my right knee. I turn my torso towards this right leg, keeping my feet and my legs active by pressing through my heel. Pull the belly in and ground down through your sit bones. Your gaze is at your knee. Let's ease up and come back to the center. And to the right, left knee. Hand on either side of that left knee. Coming back to center. Let's draw the soles of the feet together again. Hobblers. Bring the knees together and then we'll stretch them out in front and give them a little shake. Come onto our hands and knees. Hands and knees, knees under hips, and wrists and elbows under shoulders. However, if you suffer from maybe carpal tunnel or even just arthritis, it's a good idea to walk it a little bit forward so it's more of an angle rather than a straight down. Find lots of space between your fingers. We come into our table pose. On the table, we're looking for a nice flat back, so we're not rounded or arched. Nice flat back. Let's move into cat and cow. Cow brings your heart forward. And I would caution you lifting your head high. I would keep the gaze down so the back of your neck is safe. And then as you exhale your next breath, round the spine and hang your head. Using your spine to create the movement, the head just follows rather than the head guiding. We'll play with that a bit. Touching and rounding. There's space between the vertebrae. The next time you exhale, let's find yourself in child's pose. The child's pose can look different in people. Arms stretched out. They make it hard for you to make a connection with your forehead. If that does, use a block or your fist to create that lift for your head. You can also reach your hands back towards your feet. And let's lift up back into hands and knees. Find that nice flat back. I'm going to bring my knees together and stretch away the right leg. You point your toe or press through the heel, and then we're going to bend the knee and bring the knee towards your nose, and that's where we get the rounding, like the cat and the cow. So inhale and stretch back, and exhale, bring your nose to your knee, and your knee to your nose. Let's do two more. And release, and we'll go to the other side. So left leg, stretch it back. You're breathing. 2 more. And coming back and finding our table. Move within our arms. So I'm just going to lift up my right hand. I can even take it to the outside, whatever's comfortable. So right and left. Be mindful of your neck. Your neck doesn't want to follow the trail of your thumb. And just keep your gaze down. Just lift. Put the arms out front, right and left. Flat hand facing in. And we'll switch it up. So find your table again with your hands and knees. Let's bring the left leg back, press through the heel, and then the right arm right next to your ear. Then see if you can hold that for a breath. Go to the other side now. So right leg and left arm. And let it go. One more on each side. So left leg, right arm. And release. And right leg, left arm. And release. Find our child's pose again. When you're ready, make a connection with your hands to your mat and lift. It's called a hero's pose. Some people's hips don't like the hero pose. If that's your hips, then lift up into what's called a high kneel. Place our hands on our hips here and we'll do a camel pose. I'm going to stay to the side so that you can see. So lifting up through the crown of your head and you're bringing your pelvis into neutral so it's not back and it's not tucked under, but it's at an easy place. Take the shoulders up, back, and down, and put your hands on your hips. And we're going to press the hips forward. At the same time, shoulder blades squeeze together. So pressing your hips forward and squeezing those shoulder blades. Keep your head and your neck just in neutral. I wouldn't lift. Chin down for this. Then ease off and come back to center. Again, hands on your hips, pressing them forward, opening your heart. Do it once more. Shoulders up, back, and down. Press those hips. Open your heart. Squeeze those shoulder blades. And come back to center. The high kneel for the heroes. down onto our back. Lay all the way down. And keep your knees bent. Your feet on the floor. Let's flatten our shoulder blades by rolling the shoulders back and under. And you notice I had to shift my pelvis to support my back here. You should be able to sneak a hand under there. Okay. Just play with this bridge pose. So we're gonna inhale the breath into your belly, and as you exhale, peel your pelvis off of your mat and press your hips to the ceiling. Now you can see you're shifting the weight onto your shoulders, never your head or neck. Pressing up through those hips. Feel that weight on your shoulders. Keep your gaze up to the ceiling, and then we're going to easily and slowly down onto our sacrum. Really ground it down. Let's try it again. So your arms can be palms up, or your arms can be palms down. Whatever feels best. Let's try it again. We're going to inhale and then peel your pelvis off of your mat. Lift, lift, press through the heels. See the weight on your shoulders from the shift, never onto your head or neck. And you're pressing up, pressing those hips. You can feel those thighs working. And gently come down. Lastly, releasing your hips and roll back. And let's take one knee into your chest and move it up. And the other knee into your chest. We'll give it a little hug. Okay, let's roll into our side. Take your time. I like to roll onto my side in the fetal position and then help myself come up into a hands and knees, and then gently walk yourself down into the prone position. Take your elbows out to the side, and we're going to stack our hands. Just bring your forehead to your fingers. Your diaphragm weighted here. Take some nice deep breaths into your belly. When you're ready, come up onto your elbows. And it's important to line up your elbows under your shoulders here, so that you can release any effort you have in your low back. Just take a moment to notice. Belly, when you breathe into your belly, what happens to your low back? How does it feel? Directing your breath down deep, filling your belly. And feel any movement in your low back. the hands down outside of your chest here. Open your fingers, lots of space between them. Your thumbs are pointing in to the line of your chest. Let's just allow that forehead to be supported. Allow those legs to stretch long, and we're going to bring the big toes together. We're going to use the exhale to lift into our cobra. Beginning with a breath, and then exhaling, lifting the back of the head. Take the shoulders up, down, and back. Give them a squeeze. And lastly, if you wanted to press a bit into the mat. Over. Allow the exhale to release you from the cobra. And we will use the next exhale to lift. Shoulders up, back, and down. Elbows in. Release. One last one. Come down, and we'll rest your head to one side on your cheek. And then center and the other side. Let's press up to our table pose. We'll do another downward dog. Let's inhale and find that nice flat back. We're going to roll the toes under as you bring your heart forward. Next time you exhale, press your hands into the mat and lift your knees, pressing back into downward dog. Use the inhale to lower the knees and the exhale to find child's pose. Inhale into table. And hold for a breath. Let's do another one like that. So we'll inhale, heart forward, roll toes under. Nice long neck. Use the exhale to lift knees and press back. Downward dog. Inhale the knees down and exhale, find your child's pose. As I inhale, I'm walking my hands back towards my knees, coming into the hero's pose or the high kneel. How's everybody doing? Okay, let's hold for a breath in your high kneel or your hero's pose. Then we'll come all the way down onto our backs. Take your time, find your way, and we'll come all the way down onto our backs. Oh, I'm going to shift here. I'm off my neck. Let's begin always with the knees bent and the feet on the floor, and we'll take one knee to our chest and then extend the other leg long. Important to keep those feet engaged, right? Rather than just kind of letting them lay slack. Feel the difference. Press through your heels and hold that knee. And then let the feet fall. It feels like a very different pose. So keep everything engaged. And then we'll release and go to the other side. Again, feet engaged. And then we'll bend the knees and take both knees into your chest, cross your ankles. We'll rock from side to side. With your hands on your knees, draw big circles in the air. Change your direction. And release the knees. We'll take the right knee into your chest and stretch that left leg long. I'm going to take the left hand to the right knee and I'm going to guide it right across my torso and to the other side. The opposite leg can have a slight bend in the knee, never locking anything. And then I have my arm over on the other side, and I'm just going to play with my range of motion here. I'll caution you if you have any shoulder issues and it's not comfortable to have your shoulder so open, just put your hand on your hip. And let's draw the hands towards the knee. We'll come back onto the back. Release that knee and take the opposite knee to your chest. Stretch the right leg long. With my right hand, I'm going to guide the left knee across my torso and down. You can keep your chin in line with your chest, or you can roll it and look at the ceiling. Your arm on the other side can play with your range of motion, or it can rest on your head. Take both arms and reach to the knee, roll onto your back, feet on the floor. Again, both knees into your chest, and we'll rock from side to side. Let's walk your hands up your shins, and hold your big toes, and hold the outside of your feet, and hold your ankles or shins. We're looking to make these feet nice and flat and facing the ceiling. So if your legs are straight, that's not going to do much for your hips. We're looking to open and bend. The key here is to bend those knees down towards your torso. This pose is called Happy Baby or Dead Bug. I prefer the Happy Baby. So you can release your feet, bring them to the floor, walk your feet hip width apart. And again, we'll take one knee into your chest, stretch the other leg long. Let that one go, opposite knee to your chest, stretch the other leg long. Releasing both knees. I have my knees bent and my feet on the floor, and I'm going to start the process of Savasana. So stretch the legs long. Begin with the head and the neck. So if you notice that your chin is higher than your forehead, if you can draw the chin down, and look what happens to the back of my neck. It's not so crunched. A nice thing to do would be to get a towel, a folded towel, to support your head. Lift the head and tuck the chin. Pillow might be too high, but a towel would be perfect. So let's work on the shoulders. So notice how I'm drawing my shoulder up, back, and down, and I'm flattening that shoulder blade. I'm going to do it on each side. Now my chest is nice and open. That may have shifted my neck, so the back of your neck. Let's bend the knees and lift your hips. We're going to tuck your tailbone down and under and release your sacrum to your mat, and then stretch those legs. Just have the option to keep your knees bent and then kind of teepee them together. So now that my shoulder blades are nice and flat, I'm going to bring my arms and my hands away from my body. And make circles with your toes and your fingers. And change the direction. Then release your hands and your feet, and we'll start with our head. Do progressive relaxation. So we're just going to give over the weight of your head to the mat. You can gently roll your head from side to side. You feel like your shoulders are impeding on this relaxed neck. If they are, just tuck them down and creating this nice long neck. And then roll to the center and find a space where your head can just let go. And when you flatten your shoulder blades, your chest is supported. And we're going to go down into our belly. Direct your breath down deep and fill your belly. As you exhale the breath, pull the belly button in towards your spine. Do a little squeeze. And then inhale into your belly. Increase the effort and come down into your hips and pelvis, and notice if it's supported. Sacrum is the place that if you're nice and flat and grounded in your sacrum, your pelvis is in neutral. You should be able to release your belly. So play with your breath. Extend your legs long. Extend your arms long. As you breathe in, imagine that you're filling the body with a white light. Filling it up all the way up to your eyes and eyebrows, up to the top of your head. As you exhale your breath, giving over the weight of your body to the full. Filling and releasing. Minutes just to notice the breath. to start to come out of our Savasana, wiggle your toes and your fingers, circles with your feet and hands. And of course, we always go in the opposite direction. Let's bend the elbows and knees and roll to one side. Stay here as long as you wish. Help myself up. You. Let's take a few minutes to set ourselves up into Sukhasana. Asana, easy sitting pose. This is not so easy for you. You always have the option to sit in a chair. Again, we're always looking for that nice tall torso and a nice easy belly. So let's bring our hands into Namaste. Connection with your big thumbs right to your heart. Wow. Namaste. Namaste. Have a great Saturday. Hopefully you have some good energy. Get your errands done. All right. Have a great rest of your day. Tell your friends, come back. Good morning, Berlin yogis and yoginis. This is Chair Yoga. My name is Sharon Ciantello, and we're going to spend the next 45 minutes together doing some chair yoga. We'll end at 11 o'clock. All right, let's take a moment just to quiet and center, which is so important when you start a yoga practice. Just connect your feet to the floor. And you connect your sit bones to the chair and lift your spine all the way up to the crown of your head. Take the shoulders up, back, and down. Open your chest and open your heart. You'll notice I have my palms rolled open. Soften your belly, and we'll close our eyes and just do a few breaths of center. You can direct your breath nice and deep down into your belly. Bring it up and let it go. When you're ready, come back and we'll open our eyes. Let's move to the front of our chair. Settling yourself in, finding your sit bones, again, lifting up to the crown of your head, a nice long torso. And the arms down by your side, shoulders up, back, and down. Let's take a nice deep breath. Bring the arms out and then up. Let's do a few more like that. One last one, and this time we'll keep the hands together up there. This feels like too much. Create some space between your hands. And straighten your elbows. And exhale out and down. Roll those shoulders. Again, out and up. This time, let's interlace our fingers and press your palms to the ceiling. See if you can straighten those elbows. Exhale and rain your fingers down. Take the arms out to the side, behind your head. You can even interlace your fingers. Allow your head to rest in your hands and open your chest. So again, your head and your neck are soft. It's really about opening your heart. Releasing will bring them out and down and roll through your shoulders. Side, bend the elbows, fingers behind your head. You can even interlace. Open your elbows, open your heart, head and neck easy. Out and down and roll the shoulders. Let's make some circles with our shoulders forward. Make the effort come from your shoulder rather than your arm. The difference. Then we'll take them up, down, and back and squeeze the shoulder blades. Sit back in our chair. And I'm going to hold the underside of my chair with my right hand, left arm right up next to my ear. And I'm going to use the breath to open the whole left side. So inhaling, reach up to your fingers, exhaling, and that whole left side. And last one. Arm. This time I'm holding with my left hand down and under and my right arm next to my ear. Use the breath. One last one. And release the right arm. Inhale the arms out to the side, palms facing forward. Give yourself a nice big hug. Rock side to side. Notice which arm is on top. We'll switch it up. And rock side to side. Back to center, release the arms. We'll hang them down by our side, give them a shake. Let's inhale the arms out to the side, palms forward. We're making a big V up and over your head. Get a lot of space between your fingers. And then we'll bend the elbows and squeeze your shoulder blades together. So inhale. Big letter V, stretch your fingers wide and exhale. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Two more. Last one. Let's come to the front of our chair again. We'll do a little bit of a twist. So I'm going to take my left arm onto the side and bring it all the way over to my right knee, then my right hand on top. I'm going to inhale up at shoulder height and reach back as far as you can reach. So your head and neck, whatever's comfortable, you can keep it in line, or you can turn to look fingers. Exhale, close. So whatever feels best for you. I like to go about halfway. Halfway. My head and neck always in. Two more. And last one. Hands on knees, and we'll go to the other side. This is my right hand and arm over to my left knee and left hand on top. So straight and tall. And we'll inhale that arm and reach it back. Inhale opens. The exhale closes. Let's do two more. And hands on knees. Let's do a forward bend, beginning with a nice deep breath in. Let's exhale, fingers over knees, and find your ankles. See if you can release your head. When you're ready, we'll start to gently walk it up and back. Again, use the exhale to glide your fingers down, find your ankles, release your head and neck. When you're ready, up and back. One last time. This time we're going to hold for a breath. The next time you inhale the breath, walk it up and back. Okay, let's sit back in our chair. Not all the way back so that you're coming to the back of the chair, but that your thigh is supported. And we'll come up onto the balls of your feet. And then we'll come up onto the heels and lift the toes. So we'll go back and forth. Lift, 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 and last one, lift. And connect your feet to the floor, and we're going to stretch the right leg. You can add a reach. And stretch the left leg and add a reach. And stretch the right leg, and we'll do a little pointed flex. Sit up nice and straight and tall. Don't lose that tall spine. Other side, left leg, pointed flex. Don't lose that tall torso. And back to the first leg, which is my right leg. I'm making big circles. Center, other direction. Other side. Other direction. Can't state enough how important it is to really move those joints. For our movement and our health and our quality of life. Come to the front of our chair again. And this time we'll hug one knee. Roll the other knee. Then connect your feet to the floor, sit up nice and straight and tall, and we'll walk the feet wide. I'm just going heel and toe and heel. My feet off. My heels and toes. Let's make them wide. Sit up nice and straight and tall. Let's bring your lower arm here, across one thigh. Line up your chin in line with your chest. And let's bring the arm out to the side. And then as you inhale, we'll bring it up. So the next would be to look up at your thumb, but your neck might not like that. You could always keep it in line with your chest. And reach up for your fingers. Notice if you press into the side of your thigh, it opens a little more. We're looking for this nice opening in your chest. So gently bend your elbow, we'll come to center. Go to the other side. Forearm crosses thigh. Opposite arm, we'll start by bringing it out, and then we'll fill it up. Notice how if I add a little tension, then a little more, and then look up there at your thumb, your chin in line with your chest. Let's bend the elbow and come back to center, and we'll walk the feet together. Let's stretch one leg forward and then the other. One and then the other. Then come back to center. Let's bring the soles of our feet together and let the knees fall wide. Don't lose your nice tall torso, your open heart. Hold the underside of the chair if you feel unsafe. Safe as long as you have a good sturdy chair. Bring the knees together, feet on the floor, and last time, one knee to your chest. And the other knee to your chest. Okay, let's stand up. I'm going to make sure that you can see all of me if you can. I'm going to stand behind the chair. And find my mountain. That means connecting my feet to the floor. My toes are spread wide. And that's for just balance, right? I have strong legs, but my knees are always soft, never locked. The shoulders up, back and down. I'm going to reach my fingertips to the floor. My shoulders away from your ears. Front. Use the arms for a couple of nice deep breaths. So inhaling out, up, and exhale out, down. Again, out, and up, exhale out, and down. Okay. Rolling my shoulders here. Let's open the feet nice and wide. And your toes will point wherever the best support is for your hips. It's just, your body is unbelievable. You don't have to point them any certain direction. They're just going to fall into place. So let's bring one arm and hand to your thigh and the opposite one right up next to your ear. And we're going to use this just over the side. I'm just using my breath, holding. And your knees are soft. Last one. Then release that arm. Coming to center, finding your mountain, and we'll lift the opposite arm right up next to your ear. And exhale and reach. Lift. And the breath. Lower. Release the arm. We'll keep the feet nice and wide. Take the arms Out to the side with your palms facing forward. We're going to bring them all the way up. I knew that you'd be able to see my hands, but you know what's that? Big letter B up and over my head. Body in a big letter X. Inhale. Your heart. Exhale. Bend the elbows. Arms out to the side. Palms facing forward. This time, let's inhale them out and up. Exhale. Letter X. One more breath. Lift your heart. Fill your belly. Reach up through your fingers, down through your legs. We'll exhale. Your elbows towards your torso. And this time we'll walk the feet together. Coming into mountain pose, let's open the feet a little wider than you ordinarily would, and we'll put our hands on our hips. Or we'll rock from side to side. So your legs are straight, but your knees are never locked. Let's make some circles. This time you have to bend your knees. Circles, and of course we go in the other direction. And we'll come back to center. Let's move to one side and we'll hold. Shoulder. And back to center and the other side and hold. And back to center and we'll walk our feet into mountain. So there's space between my feet and mountain. It makes a larger base when you spread your feet. And if balance is an issue for you, learning to kind of make those feet as big as you can, a larger base. Practicing our mountain pose will improve your balance. Many of us spend our days and our center of gravity is off. Which doesn't help our balance. Finding that mountain. Let's turn towards the chair. Begin with a downward dog. Inhaling our mountain pose. And exhaling into our downward dog. Inhale is going to lift your chest as you walk towards the back of your chair. The exhale will allow you to walk back into downward dog. And exhaling downward dog. So nice and slow. You can move slower than me. Faster than me. I'm going to hold for a breath. Another breath in. Find our mountain again. We'll open our feet nice and wide. My chair is here right next to me, and I'm going to use it. I'm going to take the hand closer to the chair and just hold on to the chair. I'm going to do a triangle pose here. We're going to inhale the opposite arm out to the side and all the way up. Turn your head up. Or keep it in neutral. Reaching up through your fingertips, down through your legs, easy knees. Really make this super stretched pose. Exhale, bend the elbow. Walk. I'm going to take my chair from here, bring it to the other side, find my mountain, and open my feet. Hand closest to the chair, I'm just going to reach, hold on, and inhale this arm out to the side and then all the way up. And really feel that diagonal stretch, right? From the opposite leg, arm that's reaching. Stretch, reach, reach. You could even turn your head to look. That's comfortable. If it's not, keep it in neutral. And we'll bend the elbow and walk the feet together. And behind our chair and mountain, we'll walk into our downward dog. It's always nice to have a folded position or asana after you have an opening. Pose that open and then a pose that closes. Bring us to balance, right? Try that again. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling and we'll back. Let's turn the chair around. Do some forward bending. I'd like to line my toes up with the front legs of the chair, so I know it's there and I'm nice and close. We're going to begin mountain and reaching up and up. Now you can look up there. Choose to keep your head in neutral. And then we're going to exhale and bend those elbows, and I'm bending my knees. I'm going to gently move into forward bend. Then inhale, straighten my arms. Now I'm in the half forward bend. And exhale, forward bend. Notice how my knees are bent. I'm going to take my arms out to the side or walk them up, whichever works for you. I'm going to reach all the way up. Exhale into Namaste. This is what's called a sun breath. And we're going to do 3 more. We're going to just keep going. Here we go. Mountain pose. Inhaling out and up. And exhaling forward bend. Inhaling half forward bend. Exhaling forward bend. Going out to the side or walking up. Notice how my head, my neck, clasping. Up, exhale, namaste. Here we go. One more. Hold for a breath. Stay. Stand behind our chair. Stand behind your chair and we're coming into the mountain pose. And let's use your chair or challenge yourself, and we're going to lift up onto the balls of our feet. So give it a try. Notice how my feet are rolling to the outside. that happens for you. See if you can keep the lift balanced between the base of your big toe and all across your toes, not just the outside. Almost need my chair there. Challenging yourself. Let's do it once more. Okay. This time I'm just going to lift my feet and kick my heels towards the back. And you can even put your hands on your hips and forego the chair. You're not going to struggle with that. Come to center and walk the feet into hip width apart. Getting a mountain, hands on your hips. Let's reach your toe out in front and then back. Other side and back. Slow it down or speed it up, whichever works. Back into mountain. Hands on hips, we're going to go out to the side. Speed it up or slow it down and back into mountain. And toes to the back. And back to center and find our mountain. Very nice. Let's come back and sit in our chair. We'll move to the front of our chair. Just hold for a breath. Sitting up nice and straight and tall. Your belly be soft. Breathe in and breathe out. Stretch forward your right leg. Press through the heel. I'm making this foot active by pressing through the heel. And I'm going to add a reach to my ankle. That helps. Stretching that foot forward. And adding a reach. Inhaling it up and back and then adding a reach. Let's reach to the ankle and hold for a breath. Feet on the floor, we'll go to the other side. So stretch the left leg and add a reach. This last time, we'll hold for a breath. Let's bend the knees and place the feet on the floor, and we'll bring the soles of our feet together. Cobbler's pose. So draw your heels back. Lift your torso, shoulders up, down, and back. Open your heart, soften your belly. And breathe here in the cobbler's pose. Really wonderful for your hips. Bring the knees together and we'll stretch one leg and then the other. One leg. Edge of your chair. And we're going to open our feet nice and wide. And one leg straighten. This is my left leg. I'm straightening the left leg, pressing through the heel. Bend the knee, bring the foot to the floor, and we'll go to the other side. Right leg, stretch it out. Press through the heel. And bend the knee, feet on the floor. Walk our feet together just a little bit and we'll do the open close. Use that nice tall spine. And then feet hip width apart. Hold the underside of the chair. Stretch our legs forward. A little bit of ease in the knees. Keep your shoulders up, down, and back. We're going to inhale the arms out to the side. And then all the way up. Exhale out and down. And the knees. Let's try that again. So stretch the legs forward. Shoulders up, down, and back. Hold the underside of your chair. Next time you inhale out to the side and all the way up. This time let's bring the arms down in front. Then the knees. Let's take the right knee into your chest and we'll give it a little hug. And the left knee into your chest and we'll give it a little hug. We'll do open close. Let's walk the legs wide, and this time we're going to straighten both legs. So go slow, see how that feels. Notice where you want to hold. You want to place your hands on your thighs. You want to hold up and underneath your chair, whatever makes you feel safe. So you can stay right here. This wide leg, kind of a seated position. But you can release the arms, inhale them out to the side, and we're going to bring them all the way up into this great letter V so that our body is making a nice letter X. So let's inhale, lift your heart, exhale, bring the elbows into your chest, and we'll draw the knees together and then bend them. That's a good one. Let's try it again. Let's walk the knees wide. Take your time, stretch one and then the other. See how that feels. Little bump in the knee. Hold the underside of your chair. Inhale the arms out to the side and inhale them all the way up. Isn't this a great pose? Lots of nice stretching. Feels like freedom. Exhale. Elbows to your side. Walk the feet in, knees together. Let's take one knee into your chest. Give a little squeeze. And the other knee into your chest. Give it a little squeeze. Open, close, open, close. We're getting towards the end of our practice today. Let's do two more poses. Let's bring the feet together. Big toes side by side, your knees together. Don't lose that nice tall torso. We're going to cross one leg over the other. I have to help myself through this. And if you're looking more like this, that's okay too, as long as you're not in pain. You're being stretched to your max, your edge, they call it in yoga. That's good. That's a good thing. You're feeling stabbing, shooting, burning pain, or any pain. That's not good. So be mindful. So crossing one leg over the other, I'm pointing my toes. Hands on my knee. I'm just going to bring my torso just a tiny bit forward. Feel a little bit of an additional stretch in your hip. Feel that. Then bring it up and back and feet on the floor. Your nice tall spine, bringing big toes together, knees together. Opposite leg crosses. Top toe points to the floor and hands on knees. I'm going to sit up nice and straight and tall. And I'm going to use the exhale to come forward. See if that adds a little to your stretch. Adds a little to your hip opening. Then release that thigh. Walk the feet hip width apart. And we'll take one knee into your chest. And the other knee into your chest. Little open, close, open, close. And feet hip width apart. Come into our seated mountain. And what would that look like? Our shoulders up, back, and down. We're reaching fingertips to the earth. Our heart is open. Our belly is soft. Breath is easy. So beginning, we're going to stretch the legs forward. We're going to move into a seated downward dog, always easy knees. Shoulders up, back, and down. And inhale the arms out to the side and all the way up. Let's have our palms looking at each other. And we're going to come forward just inches. Just inches. Rocking yourself just a bit forward. Let's do it one more time. Coming up and back, bend the elbows and bend it. Open, close, open, close. Last downward dog, stretch those legs, easy knees. Pressing through my heels. I have my heels really kind of into the rug so I feel safe. Shoulders down and back. Let's inhale. Arms out to the side with our palms facing forward all the way up. And let's exhale just a little bit forward, just inches. Using the exhale, come forward, and the inhale, come back. Exhale it out and down, and bend the knees, feet on the floor, open, close. Let's sit back in our chair so that your sacrum is supported by the back of your chair. Being supported. Don't settle your torso on the back of the chair. Support your own spine, and we'll take our shoulders down and back. I'm going to turn my palms up to the ceiling. And settle down. Close your eyes. Draw your breath nice and deep into your belly. I like to think of my torso as a glass of water, and when I draw the breath in, it fills from the bottom up. So how would that look for you? Close your eyes and just allow the breath to move in and out. Rather than controlling your breath, provide the opening in your belly, in your heart, so that you don't have to think about it. Your body is just breathed into. Just allowing the space for breath, and it's just happening. Turn our hands into Namaste. As you inhale the breath, lift your fingers to your forehead and back down to your heart. We'll add up with a little bow. Namaste. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. That's the end of our practice today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you some pain relief or gave you some energy.